What's up, guys? This is Mason Sapesky. Welcome back for the Week 6 Predictions Show. Today we are going to do, like we always do, the probabilities, and then we'll get right into the games. So we'll do the chart first real quick, and then we'll get right to the games real quick. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible, like always. First things first, I just want to say sorry for no video last week. I have to get something real quick. Just pretty busy, so sorry about that. If you want to see my predictions, just go to the communities tab. It's under there, and yeah, that's where they are. Went 7-7, I think, last week, so that was pretty good. All right, without further ado, let's get right into these probabilities. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it. I am just going to read them off real quick. So here we go. Buffalo Bills, 3-2, project them to go 11-6. 91% playoffs, 70% division, 7% conference, 4% Super Bowl. Miami Dolphins, 2-3. I project them to go 9-8. 50% playoffs, 15% division, 5% conference, 3% Super Bowl. New York Jets, 2-3. 7-10 projected. 29% playoffs, 10% division, 4% conference, 2% Super Bowl. New England Patriots, 1-4. Project them to go 3-14. 3% playoff, 5% division, 2% conference, 2% Super Bowl. AFC North time now. Pittsburgh Steelers, 3-2, 9-8 projected, 50% playoff, 20% division, 5% conference, 3% Super Bowl. Baltimore Ravens, 3-2, 12-5 projected, 80% playoff, 60% division, 8% conference, 5% Super Bowl. Cincinnati Bengals, 1-4, project them to go 6-11. 22% playoff, 14% division, 3% conference, 2% Super Bowl. Browns, 1-4, project them to go 4-13. 4% playoff, 6% division, 2% conference, 2% Super Bowl. AFC South now. Houston Texans, 4-1, project them to go 12-5. 97% playoff, 85% division, 16% conference, 6% Super Bowl. Colts, 2-3 at the moment. I project them to go 6-11. 22% playoff, 5% division, 3% conference, 2% Super Bowl. Titans, 1-3 at the moment. Project them to go 3-14. 3% playoff, 3% division, 2% conference, 2% Super Bowl. Jaguars, 1-4. Project them to go 7-10. 34% playoff, 7% division, 4% conference, 2% Super Bowl. AFC West time now. Kansas City Chiefs, you're 5-0. I project you still to go undefeated, 17-0, having the perfect season. And that does include winning the Super Bowl, by the way. I will spoil that. I think the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl in the end probability. So they do have the highest probability rating. So here we go. 98% playoff, 90% division, 28% conference, 8% Super Bowl. Los Angeles Chargers, 2-2 at the moment. Project them to go... Oh, I'm sorry. I take that back. I'm sorry. Denver Broncos, 3-2 at the moment. Project them to go 7-10. 34% playoff, 3% division, 4% conference, 2% Super Bowl. Now it's time for the LA Chargers. LA Chargers, 2-2 at the moment. Project you to go 9-8. 50% playoff, 5% division, 6% conference, 3% Super Bowl. Raiders, 2-3 at the moment. Project them to go 6-11. 22% playoff, 2% division, 3% conference, 2% Super Bowl. NFC East, Dallas Cowboys, or no, they're not even first place. I'm sorry. Sorry, I just had these in order from the beginning of the year, and I've just never gone around to switching them back. That's why I'm a little out of order. I did good the last time, but tonight I'm having some struggles, but it's no big deal. We'll be good. Commanders, 4-1, leading the division, 11-6 projected. 60% playoff chance, 35% division chance, 9% conference chance, 4% Super Bowl chance. Cowboys, 3-2 at the moment. Project them to go 12-5. 65% playoff, 40% division, 10% conference, 5% Super Bowl. Philadelphia Eagles, 2-2 at the moment. Project them to go 10-7. 54% playoff, 20% division, 8% conference, 3% Super Bowl. And New York Giants, you're 2-3 right now. I project you, though, to go 8-9. 30% playoff, 5% division, 3% conference, 2% Super Bowl. I think I'm talking maybe I'm talking a little too fast too. All right, now here we go. This is the division where it's in order right. So thank goodness. NFC North, Minnesota Vikings, 5-0, 14-3 projected record. 92% playoff chance, 35% division chance, 14% conference chance, 5% Super Bowl chance. Detroit Lions, 3-1, 10-7 projected, 47% playoff chance, 25% division chance, 7% conference chance, 3% Super Bowl chance. Chicago Bears, 3-2 at the moment, project them to go 8-9, 30% playoff chance, 10% division chance, 3% conference chance, 2% Super Bowl chance. And the Green Bay Packers, 3-2, project them to go 12-5, 87% playoff chance, 30% division chance, 8% conference chance, 4% Super Bowl chance. The Vikings, and I'll pause this real quick because we're doing good on time. I'll just say real quick. The Vikings could be the team that's last year's Eagles. I could see them playing really strong, starting out really strong and continuing this, and then down the stretch just collapsing. So if you want a bold prediction or a hot take, there's your hot take for the day. That game against Detroit, not this week, but next week, is going to be very telling of who the Minnesota Vikings truly are as a team. I can't wait for that game. NFC South time now. Here we go. Tampa Bay Atlanta Falcons, 3-2. They had the same record. I just needed a minute to think Atlanta would beat Tampa. Atlanta Falcons, 3-2, 9-8 projected. 38% playoff chance, 30% division chance, 4% conference chance, 3% Super Bowl chance. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 3-2 at the moment. I project them to go 6-11. That's a 19. 19% playoff chance, 20% division chance, 2% conference chance, 2% Super Bowl chance. New Orleans Saints, 2-3 at the moment. Project them to go 10-7. 60% playoff chance, 45% division chance, 8% conference chance, 3% Super Bowl chance. And the Carolina Panthers, 1-4 at the moment. Project them to go 4-13. 2% playoff chance, 5% division chance, 2% conference chance, 2% Super Bowl chance. NFC West time now. Seattle Seahawks, you are 3-2 at the moment. Projected to go 8-9. 30% playoff chance, 40% division chance, 3% conference chance, 2% Super Bowl chance. Arizona Cardinals, 2-3 at the moment. 6-11 projected. 27% playoff chance, 7% division chance, 2% conference chance, 2% Super Bowl chance. 49ers of San Francisco, you're 2-3 right now. I project you to go 10-7. 65% playoff chance, 45% division chance, 15% conference chance, 6% Super Bowl chance. Los Angeles Rams, you're 1-4 right now. I project you to go 6-11. 27% playoff chance, 8% division chance, 2% conference chance, 2% Super Bowl chance. So that's all for that. Let's take a look now at the actual games themselves. I'll talk about each game real quick, and then I'll give you the score and the probabilities. We will have both tonight, so that's good. Tonight, starting off with Thursday Night Football, San Francisco and Seattle. I think this will be a close game. I think it's going to be competitive. However, I do think in the end the Niners will outlast them. Give me San Francisco, 27-20. San Francisco, 60% win probability. Seattle, 39% win probability. Jaguars and the Bears overseas in London. I think this will be a big game for Chicago to see if they could truly keep up with the NFC race. A win here would be mandatory to do that because I think it's going to be very competitive. However, I think Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence, they have a ton of success over across the pond in London. I feel like they're going to be comfortable. They're going to be in a rhythm. They're going to know what to expect. Chicago's just not going to have that. And I think Jacksonville, despite the record, is the better team right now. Give me the Jaguars, 24-20. Jacksonville, I have you guys at a 53% win probability. Chicago, 46%. Now on to Green Bay, Wisconsin, where the Arizona Cardinals will play the Green Bay Packers. I think this is going to be close. I think it's going to be competitive. I think it's going to be very low scoring. However, in the end, I think a massive upset is going to happen here. This is just the type of game I feel like the Cardinals will pull out of nowhere and win. They did it last week in San Francisco. They're going to keep that hot streak going another week. I'm taking the Cardinals in this one. Give me Arizona, 16-10. Cardinals, I have you guys at a 50% win probability. Packers, 49% win probability. On to Music City now. Colts, Titans. I think this game will be somewhat close. However, I just feel like the Colts offense is good. They've performed good recently. It's just a matter of getting the defense down. If they can improve that defense and just add one or two more key pieces on offense, especially improve the quarterback situation somewhat, this team can be really good. This team's definitely headed in the right direction, and I think they're going to win this game and prove that they are headed in the right direction. Give me Indianapolis 27-17. Colts right now, we're looking at a 58% win probability. Titans 41%. I know I said earlier this year that the Colts wouldn't be good at all. In fact, I thought they'd be the worst team in the league. They've proven me wrong big time. So I got to give the Colts, especially Saint Satan, their flowers. So yeah. Texans and the Patriots. This is a big one for Drake May. It's his first NFL start. Definitely going to be an interesting game, that's for sure. I don't think he's going to be ready for the Texans defense. I know Patriots quarterbacks typically do well in their first starts. However, this offense is atrocious. It's a rebuild, and it needs time to develop. And I like the Texans winning this game. Give me the Houston Texans in this one, 24-6. CJ Stroud's just that good. I just think the Stroud, the offense of the Texans, and also their defense will make it a very rough day for the Patriots in Foxborough. Give me the Texans, 24-6. Houston, you're at a 70% win probability. Patriots, 29%. But don't be surprised if New England wins just because of that. Tampa Bay and New Orleans. I'm sorry I forgot to say this at the beginning, but just wanted to begin this one by saying my thoughts and prayers are with the entire state of Florida, obviously. If you didn't see last night, Hurricane Milton slammed through the whole state or central Florida. It came up just north of Fort Myers, near, I think, Siesta Key. Hit the Tampa area very hard, then made its way over past Orlando and out by Daytona and back into the Atlantic Ocean. It did unfortunately damage a lot in Florida, a lot of power outages, and it was really scary. If you didn't see, Tropicana Field, the roof was torn off of the building, and that was an emergency center for the first responders, so that was definitely very unfortunate to see. So Raymond James Stadium was also flooded. So my thoughts and prayers are with the entire state of Florida during this tough time. That's all I want to say. But back to the game now. I mean, I think Tampa is a good team. They definitely have that energy, and you could say that they'll be inspired. And they are also playing against a backup quarterback, Spencer Rattler, the rookie out of South Carolina. However, I think that Rattler's going to have a good game. I think that Kubiak's going to have the offense back on track, and I don't think the Saints will score straight. Give me New Orleans in this one, 21-17. New Orleans, 56% win probability. Tampa Bay, 44% win probability. Although I could see this one going either way, for sure. Cleveland, the Brownies head to the city of Brotherly Love to take on the Eagles. Both these teams have struggled somewhat. The Browns are 1-4. The Eagles are 2-2. Both are way below their expectations right now. I think this will be a closer game than people think just because of the Eagles' coaching and the lack of discipline on the Eagles. However, I do think the Eagles will find a way to win this one. Give me Philly, 24-17. Philadelphia, I view at a 92% win probability. Cleveland, I view guys at a 7% win probability. The Battle of the Beltway, or the Battle of the DMV, if that's what you want to call it. The Washington Commanders head up to Baltimore to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Will be a nice, easy bus trip for them for sure. Kind of a little bit of a backyard brawl there, to be honest with you. I know I shouldn't be saying that because the OG backyard brawl will always be West Virginia and Pitt, but it's kind of a little backyard brawl because they're so close to each other. So definitely good to see that. That will be a fun matchup, that's for sure. I think it's going to be competitive, and I think the Commanders could definitely pull off the shocker here. However, I believe that the Ravens will narrowly, at the very last second, get the job done. Ravens 38-1, Commanders 28. Ravens 59% win probability, Commanders 40%. I feel like, in all honesty, that it's going to come down to the last drive, and whoever has the ball last will win the football game. Chargers head to Mile High City, Denver, to face the Denver Broncos, who are playing their second straight divisional game. They beat the Raiders last week in an unexpected win, at least according to me. I think they're going to beat the Chargers this week. Denver's definitely the better coached team, and I think that will provide. I like Bo Nix and the Broncos. Give me Denver in this one, 21-20. Denver, you're at a 71% win probability. Chargers, you're at a 29% win probability. And like I said multiple times on this, the score does not reflect the percentage. I just use these percentages as like a base mark of which team would win more likely. So that's why that's that. Lions head down to Dallas to take on the Dallas Cowboys. This will be an interesting game. I think it's going to be very close. I think it's going to be very exciting. However, in the end, I definitely like the Cowboys winning this game. Give me Dallas in this one, 28-27. Dallas I have you at a 60% win probability. Detroit, 39%. I just think that Dallas is underrated, and I feel like playing in AT&T Stadium is hard. I know they've lost both their home games this year, but I just think it's hard. I do. And I think the Cowboys are going to win this football game. They're a good team. They proved that last week, unfortunately, beating my Steelers. And they're going to do it again, beating my second favorite team, the Detroit Lions. So, unfortunately, the Cowboys will win. Atlanta and Carolina, yeah, this one's pretty straightforward. The only thing Carolina really is going for them is they have won a lot of the recent meetings at home, but I can't really say much about Carolina. I think this Atlanta team is built different. I think Zach Robinson and Raheem Morris have them on the right track, that's for sure. I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons in this one, 27-17. Atlanta, you're at an 80% win probability. Carolina, 19%. We're heading to MetLife Stadium now for our last two games of the week. We're going to start off with Sunday Night Football, Bengals-Giants. This will definitely be a fun one, that's for sure. It's going to be interesting, and it's going to be rather close. However, I feel in the end the Giants will come in, and they'll pull off the upset. I'm going to take the Giants in this one, again, with the upset, 21-20. Giants, you're at a 51% win probability. Bengals, 48%. Finally, last game of the week here, we got the New York Jets, 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 hosting the Buffalo Bills, Buffalo Bills Monday Night Football. It's their first game with interim head coach Jeff Ulbrich. He replaced Robert Saleh, who was fired this week. Robert Saleh, however you pronounce it, I'm sorry. And he was fired earlier this week following the Jets' loss in London. That was definitely interesting, that's for sure. I was a little shocked by that, because I think the Jets are a good football team. They definitely played well a lot. It's just they couldn't put it together at times, especially the Denver game. So it's not a bad football team. I will say that. And I do think it can be competitive in this league, that's for sure. And I feel like Jeff Ulbrich will prove that on Monday night. He's going to dominate the defense, and the defense is going to dominate this game. And that, I think, favors the Jets. The Jets will win this game in a low-scoring one. Give me New York, 14-10. Jets, I have you guys at a 60% win probability. Bills, 39%. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed my preview of the games. Enjoy your weekend of football. Pray for the state of Florida. And in the meantime, have a good one. Take care. Stay safe. And as always, peace. See you guys next week.